Okay, let's.
Okay.
Okay.
So we should be live now.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, right. If you can hear us, so we can know. Hey, everyone.
I guess so.
If anybody can,
hi.
yeah, if anybody can just write if our
yeah.
audio is good.
So audio is good.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Oh, already are having a lot of people. Nice.
Okay. So.
Hello, guys.
Welcome to this live video.
Our first live, actually.
First live on Instagram.
Yeah, first live on Instagram. We had some lives on Facebook, but this one is special because it's first on Instagram, I guess.
Yeah.
And first of all, we want to thank you for great start, great support on our Patreon.
And great support on our social medias as well. Thank you for being with us all these years and following our work. It's really appreciated.
We appreciate very much all of the feedbacks, the comments, everything. It's always nice, and we feel very honored to be part of this wonderful community. So thank you guys, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I think now we're gonna go to some questions. I think
slow introduction for those who don't know is that now 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's already 2 days.
Wow. So we opened a Patreon page where we share our video tutorials and PDFs. Of course, we just started, but we shared a lot already there because it's our start. Also, we shared one video for all. You can check it on our page. We will leave the link. You also have the link in our bio.
Yeah. Sorry. Good.
Yeah, greetings, guys.
Yeah, so...
And we ask you to give us some questions on what you want to know about what we're gonna do on Patreon, what are our plans, and we gather some of the questions here and we will answer them. So, Marko, I will start asking the questions and you can answer.
Inquisition.
Now that you're on Patreon, will you continue sharing work in progress on your Instagram and Facebook? Love your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so
that's simple. Yeah.
Thank you, and yeah, we will continue doing the stuff we always do. So we'll just maybe sometimes be a bit slower because this is next to Patreon. We have also other social media, so if some projects will be a bit slower than usual, but I think we will manage less free time maybe, but it's fun.
It's something we're enjoying doing. So
so we don't complain. No.
Yeah, I can see there is some questions here as well. We will try to follow through and answer them as well. Always wanted to ask, how do you decide what color to underpaint? That's complex.
Well, yeah, but simple answer to that is idea of the contrast. So if you would go for thank you. If you go for like cold highlights, then obviously maybe you can make a warmer shadow. So you
if you want a good contrast.
Yeah, so you tend toward to reds, but also what is this I'm doing? But anyway, the point.
We will go into philosophy with this because there is many options.
Yeah. So what I love, for example, purples very much because they can be both more cold or more warm.
Because of my hair.
Yeah, but next to that, the purple is very good color for shadows because you can, if you put more red in it, it's more warm, or if you put more blue, then it's more like inky, like bluish red, lilac. So that's good way to make different contrasts depending on your highlights. That's not a rule, but one way to think about it. I don't know.
Yeah, but if we go into depth of this, then we will probably stay live here for
a couple
I don't know
of
how
hours.
many hours. Okay, next question.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Congratulations on great start to the Patreon. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it the live Instagram chat. However, I do have a question. Understandably, you're releasing a lot of content right now because the Patreon has just started, but next month and in the future you will be sharing a schedule with Patreons that will be what will be shared. Sorry, I copied here, so it's on what day. I think it will make things easier for us patrons to follow and keep up to date with your tutorials, exercises at least. I understand that work in progress pictures cannot be scheduled. Okay, yeah, that is actually a good question because as you supposed, we post a lot of tutorials already on our page because we are at the start and we tend to give everything there, put everything there and show you all what we prepared. And for next month, we are starting preparing with videos, so we will make a schedule and let you know what will be available next month and in the months before. Probably we'll know only for next month every time because it all takes a lot of time and
so I see we already have here a lot of questions.
Okay, we'll try to follow everything through.
Let's go back to see
if you plan to film the Patreon together as you have, I love the talk between you two as you paint each paint. Well, thank you. Our current videos are actually with us two already there because it's easier to follow the filming process, so we talk a lot. And yeah, I think I copied one of the questions that is related that I will answer later.
Yeah, and also I think we have questions about the we will cover the wet blending details. Yes, well, like depending on the piece, sometimes we prefer to use wet blending, sometimes it's more thick paint.
Yeah, it depends on the technique, but yeah, for the wet blending we will be covering that detail as well, and we will be making some nice content also to practice it more for our patrons, so I believe that will be fun also.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will schedule next projects, next tutorials. Hey guys, first massive congrats on success on Patreon so far. I'm of the lucky early birds, loving the PDFs and videos as well of the smashing. Keep up the smashing work. Sorry for my reading. Hey, heartfelt greetings from New Zealand. Just wanted to thank you for setting this up. I was unable to afford to get... Okay. You have very unique style and a love emphasis of creativity and personal expression. A small request. It would be great to hear you speak in your native tongue in one of your videos sometimes. I have never been to Serbia but would like to someday. Yeah. Sorry guys,
we will make Serbian lessons for all of you.
Yeah, I took the questions from Patreon, from Instagram and Facebook, so if it goes not in the same line, sorry, we'll try to follow everything. Yeah, so Serbian lessons and painting lessons. Don't miss that.
Let's start with trial. Zdravo, it means hello. Zdravo.
Yeah, I never thought we'll be teaching Serbian. It's fun.
What brand of wax? I love that. I always got that question. It's actually not really a wax. It's something more for a hair, but I think I prefer it more than a regular wax. I don't know the name. Aleksandra is buying the stuff for me, so.
It's Osmo Cosmetics. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but it's written like that, like OSMO. So yeah, it's good wax, and Marko likes it.
For many years now.
Hi Marko and Aleksandra, can you elaborate how the 1-2 hour feedback works? Well, to give you a simple example, for now, if we didn't work with you before, we ask you for your works where we can meet you better as a painter, but you've been in our class, so we know something, but we would like to see your work again. And then we prepare the lesson for you, and then we work together through it. We ask you what you want to what you struggle with. We give you advices from our side, what we think you should work more, and then we slowly going through exercises or advices that will help you improve in next months.
Nema na čemu.
And I hope I'm not. I know I look strange when I explain something thinking on Serbian and then on English.
Yeah, so as she explained, the thing with online coaching, I think a couple of people already experienced it, so they know what we're talking about.
2 hours pass like this. It's fun.
Yeah, it's very good. Like. In 2 hours, you can actually cover a lot.
Yeah, we're visually showing you also what you can do on your works.
It's sometimes very fun to see how with just strengthening the contrast or just giving a bit of push on some detail can really change the piece, give that pop out effect and
give
so
you
on.
ideas, see with the artist eye, help you, because sometimes even if you get some lesson or theory and you think you know what to do, sometimes you can stuck with that because you need somebody to help you go further with your work, and we have a lot of experience with it. So
we have a question: would you be doing classes to the conventions or traveling doing classes? So yeah, we I think we already had some questions regarding that topic, so we can cover that.
No, somebody asked that, so we can go to that question.
Yeah, even though we will making the online classes and doing the Patreon and everything,
we still love doing classes in person. So yes, we will travel. Some of the travels are postponed, but that they will happen. So yeah, we really hope to come to other countries that we planned, and if you have some plans for next years, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah, so the thing is with personal classes, they're also very special because when you have that, just real life connection, it's
interaction with people and being there.
It's always good. We mentioned that before, even for us. When you teach someone, you teach yourself. So we really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's really kind of special feeling and very rewarding. So.
But I think also with Patreon now, we will be able to get nearer to people with our lessons, and by covering our tutorials, practicing through it, and working on other practices that we're preparing, later when we maybe come to your country or hold a class, it will be even easier to approach and go further with the lessons and maybe new ideas and inspirations.
So what I'm working right now is a little fox familiar that comes with model of Aleksandra, I think.
My familiar.
So it's pretty much work in progress, and by the way, this will be the next for tutorial for the next probably next month or month after, depending on the tutorials how they go. But
I'm preparing some.
This little cutie will be the next, definitely for fur.
I'm working on a surprise project, so I can't say much now. But soon.
Not soon, yeah.
But soon, very soon. Let me see. Okay. Congratulations on Vulpeana. Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy having my miniature fantasy character. And I believe Marko enjoyed painting it. And my little familiar.
Yeah. I will also paint another versions very soon, I guess.
Can you show us from? Thank you. Greetings from Serbia.
So we make plans for UK for years now. Like when we started with painting, there was so many opportunities that we had to cancel or was just postponed. So yeah, but we will come to the islands.
UK.
Yeah. So
one day.
it's actually not that far. I mean, we need like hour and a half, maybe a bit more. And so it's very easy now with planes and everything. That
now it's not easy.
Now it's not easy with Corona, but
it's
generally it's not that hard.
Yeah. So, I imagine you swamped with work and messages at the moment, but I thought I'd drop one idea, that either being Facebook group or a Discord server, basically somewhere on Patreon community can interact and share what they're doing. A Discord probably is the best way. They aren't difficult to set up and it's something that can grow slowly over time, but it would be awesome to have this space to interact. Just thought would drop it as an idea, and again thank you and keep up the amazing work. We were actually thinking about Discord, but because we're at the start, we thought on first just start, put some tutorials, interact with you all, meet you all, and then slowly build up something like this.
We wanted to see how it will start. So now we already,
and it started greatly. Thank you.
And now we have better feeling of it. So we will just continue building forward.
Yeah, and I think also Discord.
Yeah, I think one very good question is to elaborate the Patreon exercises that we mentioned, and that's actually her special thing.
Yeah.
So you can talk about it.
Yeah, I'm preparing one exercise for a start that will be connected to the PDF tutorial that we already posted. But I wanted to first let you go slowly through the lessons and then give you this exercise, because it will be easier to approach it after you went through the exercises and maybe even try it yourself.
Yeah. And also the question about the countries we are planning to go. Well, so far we cancel and not cancel but postpone, let's say, some travels because of the situation in the world.
Yeah. But we had so many and even 99% plans, for Belgium. Then we are planning maybe Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, US and Canada, we really want to come. We had so many questions, but we need really good organization if we are from Serbia to travel there. So far away, we need to maybe make it at the same time and then travel a bit longer, but it's okay, we love doing it. So if we make good plans in next years, we really hope to visit you all.
Yeah. Well, when you mentioned the painting homework, we also discussed today about the painting competition for the guys on our Patreon, and also special prizes as well. So that's also some idea. I don't know.
Don't keep any surprise.
No, we have surprises. We have many surprises that will come. But you know, just to give you the ideas that we are planning that might come, you know, very good, fruitful. Yeah. How to say?
For volunteering for Discord, yeah, we will manage and adjust. Sorry for my words. We will make something of that. Okay, thank you. Oh, Marco, is a question for you.
On OSL, oh yeah, we definitely will. We already have like a little OSL PDF, the first one. But it's just you know.
It's more focused on ambience.
Yes, more focused also on the skin. But yeah,
but
we have
on Vulpana.
Yeah, we already filmed one with a magic effect, and I think that will be.
And a very interesting one, by my opinion, because it's a bit different.
It's a multiple colors.
Also, you have one that is upcoming for the face.
Yeah, you know the little glowing raven. The ghost raven. Yeah,
there is tutorial for that.
There is a tutorial for that as well.
We need time to film, to paint, to edit, and but we believe in time we'll maybe get faster with that as well.
Thank you.
Oh, glad you like the idea for competition. And thank you.
So we definitely could make some competition if that's like a good way for everyone to, you know, get the some wind in the back to do some projects, or maybe to have like a strict deadline. So you have like a week to finish a project for competition, but then we put some nice prizes, and then why not? You cannot basically cannot lose anything, because in the end you get painted model in the end of the week. So
yeah, there's always something good that comes of it. Have you or do you plan to work with companies like ARA, the Artisan Guild, Durgin Paint Forge to provide early access or to release models or discount being a Patreon member?
Well, that's one of the surprises. Like, let's keep some of them, but let's say that there will be both special discounts, both for paints and models, on various companies. We are still at the start, so we will explain that.
Yeah, we will go slowly through with that, because we need some time to paint and really release everything. So, but everything is coming.
Yeah, so yeah, we will definitely make some good stuff for our Patreons.
I'm here for a painterly style. I already love everything I have seen here. Can't wait to see what is next. Question mark. So. Well, next is some of the things we mentioned. So I think to be the most honest with what is coming next month, I will make a banner with like the banner on our Patreon now is with the pictures of what is available on Patreon this month.
Yeah. So about would you love to see your old boys and oh yeah, cool. Well, actually I plan to make like a part of videos just dedicated to that, my little setting, my like, and to build, like to start from like scratch, from like the idea, and then the conversion, sculpting, and then painting, and of course background stories and so on. So yeah, that's definitely what I would love to make, because I really enjoy it, and that's what gives me all the motivation to paint. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad to hear about the exercises. Yeah, I really love creating them, because it fits well with what we're doing on the classes as well. And yeah, we both love to really think about what we could make for our students, and then I love to create it and design. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that could be a range as well. It's.
Do you guys have a basic area, like to understand the type of palette you're using or how to thin out those paints? Well, yeah, I wrote about that in previous years. Like I had a blog and also did some vlogs about it, but I'm planning to cover it more detailed now on Patreon. Because I believe it's very important. With all the lessons we're making for you now, we are making them from our experience, what we think it's important at the start and what is good for everyone, and then for the exercises that will be also helpful in your progress. But we will have the basic area as well and help you know the fundamentals and also practice them, so you can go more easily through all the exercises and through all the tutorials.
Yeah.
So thank you for asking.
So let's go back. We have some. Welcome back. Come back to Vienna. Well, we plan to. Hi, Tim.
We will, friend.
And yeah, we can make even a class. I think there is a lot of people already there that are interested in that. So yeah, something to think about.
This guy.
Yeah, our content on Patreon will stay, like, so our archive will just grow and expand.
Yeah. Okay. Do you prefer 28 or 75mm scale? Both.
No.
Both is good.
Yeah. So I just want to say another stuff about the archives.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, we just started now, so it will take time to build, but I think we already give a lot for first month for you guys to try out.
And also what I want to say is, based on that, is that I believe for the Patreon purposes, it's good to start from somewhere. So if you plan to maybe follow some tutorials, or even for the tutorials that we will put, like this will be this month, this will be other, I believe all of the tutorials we will make will be useful for you in one way or another. Maybe you are asking for a certain figure, or maybe for gaming or for display, and there will be something different for everybody. But in all of that lessons you can learn something. For example, if we are showing something on a bust, it doesn't mean that you can't do that on 28 millimeter. Or if we're showing something on 28 millimeter, you can use that knowledge to do it on the bust or on any display figure. So I believe following through all the process, and we will try to make we are making everything to be fun and useful for you in many other ways. So following it all months, it should be more useful. Of course, it's up to you to choose.
Yeah. So about the question, do we prefer 28 or 75? We prefer all scales, all different scales, and as far as the model is fun for painting, and we love so far everything. I don't like when there is a too much open area, when it's just boring or just repetitive stuff.
It could be fun as well. Maybe you can do some freehands.
But then you can make it fun if you
depends what you like.
Yeah. So and we plan to have for our Patreon on different kind of scales, and the fact that it doesn't mean, like, for example, if I take 28 millimeter monster, it doesn't mean that you cannot use that, like, for example, a fur on that monster who is 28 millimeter, but in 28 monster is maybe a 75 millimeter regular human.
And then there goes the math signs here, like.
Yeah. So you can use everything. Like, there is no strict rule. You only this technique works on.
Hi, I was really curious about your process since I first saw your works. Really hyped with your Patreon hour on MMA. It's just awesome. Learned a lot.
Thank you.
We're both glad hearing that.
Another part incoming.
Have you considered doing a complete beginner video on things like brush strokes, pin consistency, light placement?
Yeah, especially after when we launched the first tutorials and we got some feedback. Yeah, we definitely need to make something
for the basic area
complete beginners, like even making a wet palette and stuff like that, because we didn't take, like, we maybe expected some stuff is already out there, but just for you guys we will make it.
Yeah, we listened to all the feedback, so really thank you for that. We appreciate all of your messages. It's really helpful. Thank you for the live session. Have to go. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for support.
Do you just conversion or free? So do you just conversion or free sculpt?
Well, so far I like, to use some bits and then build up. I have some old works that I completely sculpted.
But Marko loves his bits.
Yeah, I love playing with bits. I don't know, maybe sometimes it's even easier for me to sculpt something, but then I just like to build stuff. It's another obsession. So yeah, but I love sculpting, and we plan to learn more about the sculpting.
Yeah, we didn't commit enough to that. I also love sculpting, and I really hope to do it in future more. But it's like you can sculpt for some projects. We did it for some projects, and it was fun, like the little head here or something there, and it's special for you. So if you sculpt your own project, I believe it's more special, and hopefully one day we'll do that as well.
So about having multiple projects at a time, I do it all the time. Like,
and we made a video about it as well.
Yeah, so for me, even if that can make some project takes longer to finish, the quality in my case is always better, because then I got some brainstorming and then maybe change something, but I enjoy it more. And it happens that I sit and I finish the model in one paint session as well, so it doesn't have to take different models and then come back, but it depends on the mood. So sometimes you just don't feel like painting a lot of non-metallic non-metallic metal and just repeating the same process, which gives me one idea to mention: make stuff interesting. So if it's something too repetitive, change it, like do some different, like light sources or stuff. You know, you don't have to paint a model that with like non-metallic metal and then every single part of that model is in the same colors. You know, metal can take some different colors, can be more brownish, more reddish on some parts, and believe me, it's more fun to paint stuff like that. And you know, because it will drive you mad if there is a big project and you just keep using the same colors.
It depends a lot about the personality, but both of us feel like that. It's like if you do something repetitive, maybe sometimes it can be relaxing, like some zen, you're doing the same movement and it's fun for you at the moment, it's relaxing, but then it's the creativity side goes down and then you don't have inspiration for other projects. And I recently, for the post we posted today for the lizard lady I did, it was my side project for myself because I was working on a big project that is full of non-metallic, but it's the big surfaces, so it becomes boring at some point. And also when you get to that point that you're almost done, but then you have that refinement, so you have the final product in front of you, but you need to finish it. And then I felt like, okay, I need a project for myself, and I managed to do it. I have the blog about making it, and I have the tutorial, and it was fun. I loved it. And then I go back to my project and I had inspiration to finish it. Almost. Some stuff.
So what's our favorite sculpting putty? So far we tried Fimo, Milliput, Green Stuff,
we tried Sculpty.
Super Sculpty. We like it very much.
But we can't get it that easily here.
We need to acquire it here in Serbia. I tried when we went to Australia.
We need it.
Yeah, so
I liked it.
So we liked. I actually sculpted one little.
I helped.
Little nurgling.
Something.
And it was very fun. Yeah, it was very fun. We need definitely to try out and sculpt. Is destroyed, you just throw it, and
or
another
the tip
one
goes like this, like bent, and then you can use it as well for. So you can make advice on this tip because it's fun.
And it's for people who don't want to buy the real hair brushes. It's good that it's just synthetic.
If you prefer synthetic brushes, it's also good.
So it doesn't mean that synthetic brush can be.
We also use the brand brushes, but it really depends on what you need for your figure
and what you're used to. For example, I have a brush that is like, you know, tip is like this, but I'm got used to using that. So for example, with that bent tip, I can actually do
perfect eyes. Yeah,
perfect eyes, because I just, you know, because when the eye is too inside, I just use this brush and just, you know, it's actually have its uses. So it's mostly when you're comfortable with, like you can, for example, you can use different stuff that you are just used to them, you know.
We're glad for your sculpting work. I think if you didn't try Super Sculpty, it's really fun for sculpting, but we tried it only once. And for other putties that we mentioned, they're good but not so easy to work with. So
yeah.
Oh, great! Send this image.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, just to go back on what I have here. Hi, Craftworld Studio, Marko and Aleksandra. Just joined as I saw post on Artisan Guild, and your skill level is so high and fantastic. I feel out of my depth trying to do what you guys do, but I want to build it up one day. Quick question: if there is any way to save your videos for later reference, as currently and only view them on Patreon, and would like to access them on my PC, like PDF tutorials. Also, are you able to provide links to paints and brushes, wet palette that we said we will do? And I'm not sure where to get scale artist paints and scale 75 paints. What paints do I need? Basic stuff to you guys, but all a bit overwhelming for us. Yeah, so we answered on some of these questions, but we believe it's also important for all people, and some questions are repeating, so we will answer them like this. So as we mentioned, we will provide these basic and fundamental videos and tutorials, and also for the paints that we use and figures that we use, we will provide links, and we will also have some surprises.
Yeah, some very cool surprises.
Bend tip on your brush. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Non-questions, compliments. I start to use this technique, but my paints become dry very fast in the miniature and also in the palette. It's impossible to make a second layer mixing with the color because are dry. I try to use a little bit of water in the mixture, but paint loses the color so much. Do you use wet palette? Do you use some thinner? Thanks.
Well, we use wet palette and just water. Well, so far we haven't experienced with any thinners.
Yeah.
We use thinner sometimes not sometimes, but all the time.
You must use it for
the airbrush, but for regular painting we just use water. And yeah, I think for in this case the best way is to try with wet palette. So then the
wet palette, and also it really depends on the brand of the paint. So
and the temperature in your room.
Yeah, when we were in Australia. Oh my.
Plans for the next workshops, as we mentioned, we have to see how this situation turns out, and then we can have...
If the plan stays, probably Belgium.
Yeah.
We will be at shows, so maybe we'll hold some workshops there. Okay, also then for a class in Sydney this year. When we come to Australia, we loved it there.
Yeah, it went so fast, like...
Yeah, it was like it was yesterday.
Yeah, the trip in Australia for us like went like this, and
it lasted almost a month.
Yeah, so because we would keep moving to the next city, next workshop, next class, private coaching. I honestly don't know how we managed to do it, because I guess there is a lot of also adrenaline when you have to do some stuff. You have to be, have to keep the energy on. So,
but it was worth it. Being there, seeing those results, meeting you all, and having feedbacks like this one. It's what really fills our hearts. Yeah. So
thank you.
Thank you. Great tutorial. Maybe I will come back to that. Great tutorial. Never thought of painting miniatures this way before. I'll go through my pile of shame to find suitable mini to experiment on. I also have a question. Will you paint in the future as well minis from any tabletop games? If that's not your style, no problem. I'd just be very interesting to see your painting style on some of those common models. I will definitely try to include some of your ideas into my tabletop hobbies, D&D and Warhammer.
Well, yeah, we paint Warhammer and gaming models all the time, so it's not only like big scale models and stuff. And
you also prepare tutorial for board game model, and we will have of course Games Workshop models. So
yeah, we already have the Stormcast tutorial on our Patreon.
Can you recommend some fundamentals from canvas painting that are important to improve mini painting? Should I read books about color theory or something like that? Well, of course, theory is always good. It's good to know it, but to understand it, at least by my opinion, you need practice. So it's what we did on our classes. Even without too much talk, we try to practice through the color theory. So if you like to read, and I believe it would always be very important and useful. So yeah, you can read about it, you can watch some videos even in painting canvases or digital or illustration, and see what they're doing and try to implement all the knowledge from reading and what you're seeing, and even from our tutorials you will see a lot, and we always talk about that. So I think it's useful also to know the theory.
Yeah, but from painter's side, I guess
practice is always.
But also the brush strokes, so the way you can explain some textures with, you know, you don't have to really draw
It's
the
that
texture.
artistic.
It's just the difference between, you know, very strong brush strokes with more paint on it, so you even make a bit of texture with that, but also make it like, you know, very rough. You give the effect that this is hard, and then maybe on some, I don't know, some textile you do soft,
You want to
nice.
show that it is
Yes.
very...
So but you don't have to draw like that. This is the texture, or this is the texture of textile or cloth. You can,
you don't need to do it different.
Because as a viewer, you give, you know, you look at the model, and then the information that gives you, that's enough. You don't really have to draw all the thing.
It's what we always try to do with our miniatures. Your miniature tells some story, and you want your miniature to tell the viewer who is he, she, or it, or you want to just for the view of the figure, the viewer can guess what's happening around, or what is the feeling of that figure, that character, or any scene that you're representing. So that is that artistic and very like narrative. That is what is art, that narrative that your work is representing. So
about the skin tutorial, so the one we have is the tan skin.
It's my skin.
Yeah, something like hers. Not too dark, but something in between. Sometimes it's more dark.
The sun is coming a little bit darker.
So, but the thing is, we plan to make different skin tutorials in different ambience. So in both warm and cold, and
so if we watch also for the ethnical, it can still vary in color.
So for example, as you mentioned, Asian skin, depending on the ambience, it can have different hues, and, you know, so that is also the part we'll cover probably through tutorials. So maybe we'll do just a natural ambience, and then put in some different ambience just for viewer to see how it works. Next thing to that, we'll plan to like have like an orc skin, like different kind of monster skins, dragon skin, even bug skin, like bug armor. I really want to do a tutorial on that, because I'm fascinated with you know, the scales of the bugs, and that's really also cool reference to look at. If, for example, take some cool looking bugs, and you know, take a look at the colors and reflection, that can give you very cool palette for your minis.
I just remember that time when we followed one big bug in the yard.
Yes, take a photo of, or fish. Oh, fish is amazing. Like when
the reflections.
Yeah, you can learn so much from watching like animals.
Then we go to the birds.
Like birds as well. So just look at those colors. You see those colors, and they work perfectly. Lizard, snakes. Try implement those colors on your minis. Try experiment. It can lead to very fun results.
Yes, take a look at the different references, and maybe like something from nature, from digital art, from canvas art, from regular daily life. Maybe you go outside in the sun and see that very blue shadow in the cold shadowy space of some stone, maybe. So you will get a lot of inspirations if you just look around and try to catch that beauty that is around us.
Yeah, you can reach interesting
look with the saturated color. Yeah,
of course. Like sometimes we prefer more pastel, more like soft kind of feel of colors.
Sometimes
it really depends on your current mood, or like sometimes you're more feel like the feedback I get, they say like, oh yeah, we can clearly see the difference between Marko's and Aleksandra's. Marko would always have this aggressive approach, and it just different.
I'm a pastel person.
Just different character. Like you cannot expect everyone to like everything. Like, and that's the main point. We should express ourselves in different way. Like if you prefer more desaturated, you can go just for that. You don't have to have like a lot of colors, a lot of vibrancy in your works. It's really personal thing.
So for us and our style, Craftworld Studio style, that probably most people when they see colors think it's just that. It's what we both like, and also we have differences there. But if you like something different, you should go forward and follow that, because that is when you will be satisfied with your works. And also when we mentioned that we have in our Patreon, we have also that feedback sessions available. We will not guide people to start painting like us. If somebody likes that, of course we will help them understand better that and use that approach and maybe go even closer to what we're doing and then find their own way from there. But also if you like something different and you go and build into some other style, we will help you with that because of our knowledge in art, and we will never say to anyone that they need to paint like something colorful or something like that. It's by the feeling and by the personality of the artist.
And also the tips we can give you, it's not the amount of colors you put, but the harmony with those colors. That like maybe not every red and green work together.
Of course,
they will give you different feeling. Like I got like funny questions like, how do you put red and green and the model don't look like a Christmas tree? Because you don't, you have to keep
value
in mind, different value, different, strength, vibrancy of the green or blue, or like maybe this green have more blue in it. So you will even increase the contrast between the red.
And this is not something easy, of course. We don't understand people to understand it. We don't expect people to understand it right away, and it goes through practice. And I believe through our tutorials we will try to lead you to that as well.
Sorry for missing some of the questions because it's hard to navigate, and we have
I can watch from my phone, sorry.
And we have some other questions that are sent from before. My friends, just amazing, make you admire you, thank you.
So I will join here. Oh no. Sorry, it's a bit late for me here. Also, your approach of teach is awesome, and I learned a lot from your older tutorials and your blog as well as the master class.
It's just compliments, so it's not a question.
Well, thank you, friend. We really appreciate it. The only thing that's hard for me to get is consistency of the paint.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to mention about the thumb and testing the consistency. The thing why I do this, like some people ask me, is this to test the tones? No, it's actually to test the consistency, and also to test the feeling. Like from this, I actually have learned better feeling how much should I push the brush before go on some details. So that also gives you the idea, especially that it's your skin, so you have better feeling on it. It's weird, I know, but it actually, I think it works. That's how you just test it, and then you have better feeling on it, and then you move to the model. Also, you can see the difference, like if it's too watery or too dry.
Yeah,
you have so it's not because of the tones, but just to test the consistency of the paint and also the feel of the brush. Like, should you go harder or less?
So it depends
softer
on the paints, it depends on the consistency, the illusion, it depends on the brush, of the softness of the brush or hardness. So there is a lot of things to think about, but we always think that the best thing is to really learn by practice and feeling. You over practice, you get a feeling for it. So we can explain it better, but then the practice is again very important.
So keep experimenting and keep having fun with painting. Always make it interesting and enjoy it, because
as long as it's fun, you will do it more and more, and then you will get better and better.
The main thing
and
is
find your own.
You should always ask yourself, why do you paint? because you love it, and
if it's your hobby, it's something you love to do.
So you should also make it fun all the time, not like struggling all the time because you're doing some technique that you don't enjoy. Find your own way, and just keep proceeding your own goals. Don't worry too much about the other things. Just keep on painting.
Yeah, I know sometimes you can maybe see something at our works or any other that you like, and you want to go to that thing, you want to create it, but then you don't know how. I think by the practice or something that you do, and then getting to something that you're comfortable with to get to that result is something that is really important for your way, for your improvement.
We use airbrush only to, like, sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes we use it to put the base coat on. So maybe 1-2 color.
Yeah, since we got it, we started using it because it's faster to just put the colors there on the figure. But then after I do it again a few times with the brush, I still like it a bit more. But then it's slower.
Yeah,
it's faster with the airbrush.
Okay, I think we should.
Yeah, let me just see if there was something important that we missed. Do you know how it works to upgrade your tier? You could just upgrade higher level. Okay, we will cover this also on Patreon. But yes, it is possible to upgrade tiers if somebody wants to go on the coachings. I'm a big fan. We'll be painting Games Workshop. Okay, yes, we will be painting Games Workshop. And countries, we covered that. In any case, if we missed any of the questions, really sorry. We tried to
thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for your support. And everyone is welcome to join us on our Patreon. We will keep posting stuff on other social media as well.
Yeah, thank you for idea as well. We will make something like that as also. We need some time.
Yeah.
So many things happen since second day of our Patreon.
So depending on where you live, here is already I think around
10
or 10. So
10-20. It's pretty late. So
hvala, laku noć.
Thank you very much again. Hopefully we'll do more of this. Just time is the issue, but when we have time, we will do more of these live sessions as well.
Yeah, so good morning for some, good evening to others, and thank you very much. We are looking forward to make another live and discuss more stuff about painting. In meantime,
we enjoy this.
Yeah, so if we don't answer on some message on Patreon, maybe we can cover them also through live, because maybe we can spend more time.
Yeah, we got many ideas from you.
More people can join. Yeah. So laku noć.
Laku noć. Hvala svima.
And bye bye.